Hello, this is Tammy Morrison of Unleashing Your True Self, and I am your intuitive empowerment diva. I help people to just get clarity, focus, and figure out where they've been called and what they've been called to do. So, this is your weekly wisdom drop. So, for today's weekly wisdom drop, I want to talk about fixing other people's problems. So, there are times when people will drop problems in your lap, and they think that just because they dropped it in your lap, that you're supposed to fix it. And what I want to offer to you today is that that's not true. Sometimes it's not your problem to fix. Sometimes you just have to pass it on. You just have to leave it where it is, or you have to put it in that not my problem box. Now, my daughter shared that with me one time. She said, you know, Mom, I was talking to her about a situation, and it was a situation that I didn't have to fix. It really wasn't my problem. But I was talking to her, and I was trying to come up with solutions. And she looked at me, and she said, Mom, she said, you got to put that in the not my problem box. I said, what? She said, the not my problem box. And so I said, wow, that is so interesting. So at the time I worked at a job, and I actually made us a not my problem box. And so when problems came up and they were crazy problems or something we just couldn't handle or it was not our problem, we would write it down on a piece of paper and put it in that box. I made a hole, wrote not my problem box, and we would put it in the box. So what I would submit to you today is that there are problems and there are solutions. Sometimes we're supposed to be the solution to a problem, but there are other times when it's not our problem. We put it in the not my problem box, or we put it in the give it to God box, which I have one of those as well, or we give it back to the person that gave it to us, or we pass it on to somebody else because it's not our problem to fix. And you know, when we do that, it takes so much of the stress off of us. So much. It just sets us free. So I want to just remind you in today's weekly wisdom drop that sometimes you don't need to fix other people's problems. You need to either give it back to them, or give it back to the person that gave it to you, or pass it on to someone else, or put it in the give it to God box or the not my problem box. So that is today's weekly wisdom drop. Thank you so much for joining me. And I would like to share that if you would like an intuitive session with me, you can reach out to me on my Facebook page at www.facebook.com/unleashingyourtrueself. Send me a private message, or you can go on my website, which I will leave it down below. Thank you so much for joining me, and I would love to speak to you. Bye now.